on Facebook as well. Yeah, okay. Let's see if all is good. Slight change here to the settings. Bear with me, guys. I hope so. First of all, it's like Monday here in New Zealand. The summer is here, although it doesn't always look like that. Yeah, which is quite funny. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Okay. Now it's all good. Now. Like proper live. Okay. Right, folks. So, the other day something interesting happened. And that was I was actually challenged by my neighbor. Some game I've done with my, I played a game with my dog, and it upset my neighbor in some way or another. And I won't get so much into that, but like, it's one of those cases that he said something to me, and I kind of froze because I was really surprised by the emotion and the anger that he like put, in that incident, whereas it was like just like a, you know regular, everyday game, with my dog. Now, um, initially I didn't know what to respond, and after that I was like, it kind of threw me off because I wasn't thinking, what to say, what to do, kind of thing. I was kind of like, nodding. And after that, I felt like I'm actually genuinely angry. I felt like I'm genuinely like, something isn't right here. Like, you know, I didn't like particularly also maybe how I responded with just like listening and that kind of thing and kind of like living it. And I also didn't like the tone and that kind of thing. By the time, like, it caught me by such surprise that I didn't say anything specific to that. Right now, this is the interesting thing. I went back, and I did some thinking. So I I actually thought, okay, why am I seemingly so triggered by something like this, right? Like, and as a high performance coach, I had to look, am I triggered by something from the past? Because you want to consider that every time you are triggered by something or by someone, it's not actually because of them, it's because they remind you of yourself, or they're a mirror of yourself from something in the past. So that's actually what happened to me. And I figured out there was like an incident from when I was 5, that I simply decided when that incident happened that everyone is stupid. But when the funny thing is, every time you are saying something like that, like, this person is that, life is this, life is that, there's a meaning that underline in that sentence or whatever you're saying that is about you. So when you ask yourself, and not many will because it could be very confronting, what is the deepest, lowest meaning my mind makes about myself, when I'm saying, everyone is stupid, or this is not this, or this shouldn't be like that, then you would actually get the real core, the real root cause, the real limiting decision. So when I got that I got the decision was, I'm stupid, like, which is a lot of the time it's kind of like the opposite of what you say about others. The unconscious things about you. Now, it's obviously not one of those things that one goes and like, say, hey Bob, I'm stupid, like, it just doesn't work like that, right? But and it's not, and a lot of time we feel really smart and we feel the opposite. However, what happened is, neurologically, if those things are not cleared, they stay there no matter what happened, and there will be events that will trigger them. Now, I'm not saying that you will never be triggered by like anything, and it's always work in progress, but and it's actually quite difficult to trigger me like he did. So that's exactly what intrigued me, go and looking for that. So I actually did one of the routines I do in with clients, timeline therapy. I did it on myself. I did a removal of the limiting decision on myself. I took myself like floating up above my timeline into the event, just before the event, seeing the event like you know insider, outsider, associated, dissociated, and then finding what the learnings are, and learnings are always something stated positively. And then I actually like written it down. And in that particular case, because I've done it with myself, I've done it in my own voice. A lot of time it does help when someone else, says that to you. And that's exactly, one of the things I'm doing with my clients. And the beauty about that, it put me at such a space of ease and peacefulness and connectedness. I had a call shortly after with someone who I was able to make a difference to, and that was just like beautiful. So by like something that looks trivial or sometimes looks a bit like meaningless, in a sense of, we're thinking, what has this got to do with anything? This happened when I was 5. I'm a grown man now, I'm a grown woman now, like I'm not this, like. And we kind of all been there, that we kind of like say that or kind of brush it off, but we're actually not doing the work, like to actually deal with that stuff. Now the fastest you catch yourself and you deal with that stuff, the bigger the breakthrough will be. However, if you're actually taking at the same time, when you're taking the time to actually do that work and look into yourself, even if a long time passed, you will also get the value of that. But it requires like true honest looking into oneself in order to get that. So that was such like a fantastic thing, because it was one of the first times that I actually tried one of those on myself without someone else. And that was just like, so cool. Just because this works every time with the people I do it with. This worked, when I did it with myself. So, that was amazing. And when I do that sort of work with other clients, I actually, you'd be surprised, like you could do that bang bang bang, almost like with a lot of limiting decisions that come through one's life, from literally from birth to, or even before, up to the point they are like, 30, 40 or 50. Even if they have such an enormous list of limiting decisions that they cannot really see the woods, from the forest, it still works every time. And this is such a beautiful process. I'm so blessed to be able to do that with people, and of course with myself. So I just wanted to share that with you. And yeah, it also makes like the problem, like, which actually you figure out the problem is not actually the problem. It makes it look so small, because you actually embed the learnings, and that makes a shift to your neurology right away. So it's like super cool. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I just wanted to, share that with you guys. So I just want to check just before I finish here, because with this, I'm broadcasting on my Facebook profile and on my Facebook page and on Instagram and YouTube. And I just want to check something just before I finish with the Instagram thing. Okay, yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's working on Instagram beautifully. That is so, so cool. So until the next time, I just wanted to share that with you. If you got value from that, let me know. But yeah, essentially deal with the stuff like, when you can catch them, and then it's so powerful. It leaves you with like learnings and ability to look past that right there and then. So ciao until next time from